Present Ian Rush, you might think, or perhaps Steve Bull. Maybe it's Terry Sheringham of Millwall. Well, it's none of those top strikers. In fact, it's a chap from the low reaches of Division 4, and Mark Tyler has been to meet him.
To see the country's leading goal scorer in sharpshooting form last weekend, you'd have had to have been at Scunthorpe's Glamford Park. Hardly the most glamorous location to view one of the lower division's hottest properties, but compared to home, it must have felt like Wembley. Tucked in among the North Yorkshire moors lies the Shay, home of basement regulars Halifax Town. They started the week rooted to the bottom of Division 4, and if you're being honest, the state of their council-owned ground mirrors the club's football success. But amidst the broken fences and rusty pylons, the spirit of the club lives on, thanks to striker Steeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeee stressed about being bottom of the table.
It doesn't really bother me. As long as I'm playing well and I'm scoring goals and it can help the team performance, really, I'm more than happy, really, to be here.
Norris first hit the headlines when he won the penalty that gave Scarborough that famous Littlewoods Cup win over Chelsea last season. And for Halifax, he's proved the perfect remedy for the club's early season goal famine. So why is he doing so well?
I expressly told him that I wanted him getting forward and looking for goals and to forget a little bit about the defensive side of things. And he certainly produced the goods. And in my opinion, I think he's the best striker in 3rd or 4th division at the moment.
Why do you think he's so good? What are his big qualities?
His big qualities is that he scores goals home and away. The other thing is his fitness. He's scored in a lot of games in the last 10 minutes. So he's certainly a keen lad and he's very hard to mark.
The job of marking him this week fell to another struggling club, Brian Flynn's Wrexham. An uninspiring first half, but after the break it was a completely different story with Halifax dominating the game. No surprise then when Norris found himself in the clear. Lots of time, a cool head and a well-judged shot proving why he's attracted so much attention in recent weeks. 3 minutes from time, a repeat performance. This time a defensive mix-up lets Norris through and his electrifying pace takes him wide of the keeper before planting the ball into the corner. 2 strikes which his hero, a certain Jimmy Greaves, would have been proud of.
That's right, I watched him in the 60s, really, when I was a young kid, and he was my first hero at Tottenham. And I'd probably emulate a little bit on him because he was classed as being lazy, and some of the lads have a go at me for that. I seem to try and get in the right place at the right time and score goals, which he seemed to have the knack of doing. If I could get anywhere near his sort of ability and record, then I'd be, you know, over the moon, as they say.
Can you keep him here?
Yes, well, there's no way that I want Stevie Norris to leave, and the chairman doesn't want it, and I'm sure the supporters would string the pair of us up if that happened. Hopefully we'll survive and we'll be able to keep Stevie Norris and look forward to the rest of the season and getting up the table and hopefully having a good season next year.
Well, it'll survive because no one's going down. But what's interesting about that is, that's true, isn't it? But what's interesting about it is that before Halifax signed him, which was 8 games into the season, they hadn't scored a goal. And here he has scored 30 goals. I like the way he takes them in.
Oh, yeah,
takes the keepers on and beats them. You keep going, Steve. That's the way, mate.
Done well with the boy.